simply different by the University of Arkansas Online, offering flexible degree programs. Apply now at online.uark.edu. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Razorback Athletics. Wright's Barbecue, small house, big flavor. Our Care, health for all. And by Domino's Pizza. Hog fans, order online at Domino's.com to save money on mouth-watering pizza with Domino's Rewards. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Razorback Sports Network.
This is Hog Reaction.
Fakes to Braylon, looks to throw, going deep, got a receiver wide open. Tessa at the 30, down the sidelines. Isaac is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. 57 yards, and the Razorbacks strike again.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
Hey, welcome in live from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl as Arkansas concludes its season with a 39-26 victory over the Texas Tech's Red Raiders. Alongside Christian Johnson and Cole Little, I'm Todd Richardson. Matt Jones going to be along shortly with us, boys. Guys, I'm still here, still doing it for probably an hour or so. I'm going to let you take it the rest of the way. But did you guys have to look up Dasmond James' number when he had that house call? Not only was it the first catch that he had all season long, the longest in Liberty Bowl history, but again, for his career to start in this game, and I know he's played 6 or 7 games this season, but guys, I didn't know who that was when he took it to the house. I had to look him up, to be honest.
Now, a lot of these players, I know they say play during the season, but you don't really notice them. And boy, does everyone know his name now. 94-yard touchdown. I mean, it looked like him and Talon had been playing forever together. It was just in sync. Caught it on the run, had a nice block there, and took it up the sideline, and some great speed shown on that play. And that these are the guys that didn't just commit out of the portal. These aren't even the guys that we just got. So there's a lot of reason to be happy with the wide receiver room. Tyrell Reed caught a pass. I know he's a running back, but that was nice to see, and it was just a pretty good game for Tesla as well. And didn't see a lot of Broden, but there was a lot of guys out there that made a lot of plays.
Big time. Dasmond James. I mean, that kid was a big-time sprinter in high school, and he looks like a Bobby Petrino-type receiver. He was wide open so often using that speed tie, and you said I had to figure out where that kid had been all year. And, Christian, I was looking this up. You'll appreciate this. If any of these NCAA gamers out there remember this, if you play with an Arkansas dynasty, Dasmond James turns into a beast in his second and third year in the game. Hopefully that translates to real life. It looks like that's a possibility. But, man, Ty, you said it. I mean, where did this kid come from? I know he's been a gunner a lot on special teams this year using that speed, but, boy, he was killing.
And we can forget the C.J. Brown fumble against Texas because
he had a good game tonight.
He had a solid game. Didn't have a touchdown, but he was that go-to guy for Talon Green.
Yep, Dasmond hails from North Carolina, guys, at Clayton, North Carolina. He was a track guy in high school, and again, shows he can play a little football as well. If you want to jump in with me, Big C, Cold 45, do so at 877-377-6963. Again, reacting to Arkansas's 39-26 victory over Texas Tech. 559 total yards for the Razorbacks tonight. 341 passing yards. Did have a handful of penalties. Had that safety that you would love back, but ended up getting one back from the Arkansas defense that was all over the field tonight. Several sacks. We had some turnovers that they forced as well. So happy to see Arkansas's defense do what Travis Williams has done at times this season, on the road particularly in Auburn and also in Starkville. But this team was able to, again, get it done on both sides of the football. Talon Green's your Liberty Bowl MVP. And I know, again, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, really happy with how that game concluded. Not that they cared either way who's going to win, but just it seemed, like if you guys were watching on TV, security just let Arkansas fans on the field. Like, it wasn't people with just passes. I mean, there were Arkansas fans. I would say every Arkansas fan that made the trek to Memphis, whether you were in Central Arkansas, Northern Arkansas, Eastern Arkansas, Western Arkansas, wherever, you were happy you made the trip. And if you had lost again, you probably would have said, man, I don't know why I drove here. But Sam Pittman has now won every bowl game he's been to. You've won your last 4 Liberty Bowls, I guess. This one, the one in against Kansas 2 years ago, the Kansas State one, and then also the one against Eastern Carolina. You didn't do it in the 20th century. You've done it in the 21st century. You lost 3 SEC teams. So whatever reason, Memphis has been kind to Arkansas, really, guys, the last 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, it's a great city to travel to and watch the Hogs. A lot of other things to do. Obviously, the barbecue and the allure of the city gets a lot of fans. And then, Arkansas usually, like you said, plays well in the Liberty Bowl. And it was a good defensive performance, bend but don't break. You could tell there was a little bit of depth issues at times, but that was to be expected. And made some really good plays when it counted, and just got enough stops to kind of, help out your offense. The offense was really clicking early on in the game. It looked like it was going to be a track meet type of game. Arkansas was just going to run away with it. But, how football is sometimes, the other team makes adjustments and kind of stymied Arkansas's offense just enough to let them back into the game. It was a 21-19 game at one point, and you're thinking, okay, Arkansas better get it back going, get the momentum back on their side. And they, the special teams was good tonight. Couple field goals.
Devin Bale, yeah. Devin Bale looked good. He always cracks me up on the sideline with how hyper he gets during the course of a football game, and you don't see that often from a punter. But yeah, special teams wise, Christian, you're spot on. Shipley hit 3 field goals tonight. I know he's had his issues this season, but was pretty, and I say pretty good. I mean, it's 3 for 3. No extra point misses or anything. So, yeah, special teams did not plague Arkansas. You got a little worried with the fumble and the safety, and you're wondering, hey, is this going to be a typical Arkansas game where turnovers plagued them? They end up coming back to haunt them. Defense stood tall, though, several times tonight, and that's why Arkansas, again, is the victor, 39-26. Brent's on the line. He's listening in Searcy. Brent, you're on Hog Reaction, presented by Hyper Fiber and Big Cypress Lodge. What's up, man?
What is up, Ty? What's up, Christian?
Hey, man.
I just want to say this. This was a great way for the Hogs to go in to spring training in March when spring training starts. We had some young men step up tonight that I didn't even know were on the roster. Where has number 83 been all year?
And that's listen. I knew the first caller. I knew the first caller was asking the question. Why hasn't Dasmond James played this season? Which Coach talked about him after the game. We're going to play some Coach Pittman audio here coming up in the next segment or so. But he said he's talented, and you saw it showcase itself tonight. There's depth. Brent, when you look at the SEC and guys that are on the roster, I mean, it's unbelievable. And Arkansas doesn't have as much depth as some top shelf Texas, Georgia, and some other quality SEC teams, but they still got guys that were at times the best player in their high school squad. And when they get an opportunity like Dasmond did tonight, and Kobe Branham and C.J. Brown,
I was going to say the O-line didn't face a SEC defensive line, but they looked okay tonight, I think.
Yeah, so you sound pumped heading into this offseason, Brent. That's what I'm hearing.
I am, and I hope, because I know all those guys that got in the portal, they thought we'd miss them. You know what? We didn't miss them tonight.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, so I'm going to take you behind real quick. So Pittman's up on stage, Taylor Green's up on stage, they're giving him his trophy, and I can tell by his teammates how much they really like Taylor Green just by the stuff I'm hearing. I mean, because all the players are surrounding me, right? And I hear, Cam Ball's right behind me, and he's like, forget the portal, man. We got all we need. And if you remember, Brent, what Sam Pittman said when he got to Arkansas, and he walked into that football room, and I don't think Cam was there just yet. Cam, I think, was in that next class, if I remember that right. But he told that football team, so we got all we need. And then week 2, they go to Mississippi State and get that win. So that obviously was a strong enough statement from your football coach, Sam Pittman, to not only stay with the team tonight and one of your leaders in Cam Ball, but it played itself out on the field.
And hats off to Coach Pittman for keeping this, and the staff for keeping this team together for the previous 3 weeks between games, or 4 weeks, I don't know. But they kept this team together.
Yeah.
And
And
that was
they're
huge.
not out of the woods yet. I mean, they made it this far without staff changes, but they are not out of the woods yet. That's not me saying I know something or anything like that. I just, again, things change all the time in college football. You've still got several postseason games happening. So I know Sam Pittman probably wants to keep his coaching roster intact, but again, you just never know with the carousel that is college football coaching, Brent.
That's the nature of the beast.
That is. Well,
Hey.
Brent, Happy New Year, buddy. Have a great night.
Happy
Grab you
New
one of them
Year.
heaters
Hey.
and celebrate, okay?
Oh, I'm having one. I'm having one right now
Amen.
on the back porch.
Bill Street's
There you
rocking tonight.
Yeah, Bill Street is rocking tonight. Again, our number 877-377-6963. It's Hog Reaction Live, 39-26, the final here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Our coverage presented by Hyper Fiber and Big Cypress Lodge, where Phil and I had a great time today. It was a really cool experience. And guys, we've got some goodie stuff that we're bringing back for you. So you're not gonna walk in Monday morning empty-handed. We've got several things that we will be bringing for you from that show. We're going to take a short break. Again, jump in, me, Big C, Colt 45. When we come back, let's chat with Matt Jones. Don't want him having to stay up too late. Let's get quarterback one's opinion on the MVP tonight, what he saw from the offense, and what he can envision with Arkansas under Bobby Petrino in year number 2. That's next. Stay with us live from Memphis.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
Get the balls with faster Wi-Fi. La, 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 la. Kiss your slow connection. Bye bye. La, 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 la.
Tis the season for Hyperfiber. 1 gig internet starting at $40 a month for the first 2 months.
Switch today to Hyperfiber. Make the season that much brighter. La, 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 la.
Order by December 31st and get a $100 gift card. Visit hyperfiber.com/packages. Some restrictions will apply.
Weekday stays starting at $169 a night at Big Cypress Lodge inside the Memphis Pyramid. Take advantage of discounted stays from January 2nd to March 6th. Enjoy on-demand shuttle service, complimentary tickets to the Sky High Ride, plus rooms overlooking Bass Pro Shops and the Cypress Swamp. Book your stay today for weekday stays, January 2nd to March 6th, starting at $169 a night at Big Cypress Lodge inside the Memphis Pyramid. Based on availability, not valid on current reservations. Prices do not include tax and resort fee.
This is Hog Reaction.
The holiday season can be stressful. Luckily, Dave and the crew at Eastside Liquor has everything you need for this time of year. Crowded homes, annoying relatives call for peppermint schnapps, or maybe you're just a typical brown water guy. It really doesn't matter, because Eastside Liquor can take care of everything you need. 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith with a convenient drive-thru, and you can call them 479-452-7311. Eastside Liquor, everyday low prices on beer, wine, spirits, and cigars.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wackernusen dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wackernusen dealer.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. Mike Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Harry Robinson. Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Harry Robinson's giving away a 4-wheel drive SUV on December 31st. We'll tell you more about that. But the thing you'll notice is the biggest selection Salisaw Ford has ever had. Troy, you got over 200 in stock, dude. Did you just lose count? What have you done here?
Tommy, me and you've been doing this for a long time. You've been here since day one, just like me. And, it's a beautiful thing to see all of these units out here on the lot. We got a lot of 24s that we got to move this metal. All 24s, every single 24 that we have on the lot is 15% off of MSRP. So right now really is the time to buy.
And you're giving away this 4-wheel drive SUV. All you got to do is take a test drive to enter.
Listen, it's as simple as this. Go on a test drive. Your name gets entered. Be here on December 31st for the giveaway, and you could be the lucky winner of a 4-wheel drive SUV.
It's all at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Brad Tyson and their entire team are so thankful this time of year during the holidays. We appreciate all of our customers that enjoy the beverage bar at Boonville, the hot food at Phoenix, and the deli at Jam Mart number 10. We know you're loving the updated pumps at our gas stations, and we're continuing to strive to find new creative ways to improve every single day. If you love Jam Mart, please leave us a 5-star review on Google. Happy holidays from your friends at Jam Mart.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Rico, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant completed the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina. 94 yards and a touchdown.
Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
I talked to the team about this too. We went to Mississippi State my first year as a head coach, and we didn't have this guy, this guy, this guy, that guy, that guy. And it wasn't the COVID guys, it was the quarantine people around them. You remember that? And we found out on Friday that we had 15, 18, I don't remember the number, Kyle, a whole bunch of guys not going. And I remember being on the plane and saying to myself, all we have is all we need. We've got this group of guys that we believe in, that believe in the Hogs. If they'll play hard, we hang on to football, we'll get a few turnovers, we can win. So, yes, and I've spoke to the team about that as well.
Evidently that message stuck. Hey, welcome back to Hog Reaction. We're live at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl tonight, 39-26 the final. Let's talk to QB1 about it. Matt Jones now joins us. Matt, what did you see from Taylor Green tonight, man?
Hi, man. Good to be here with you today. And it's always fun to win. I'll tell you that. And he played well. He really did. I thought he chose the right time to use his legs. I thought he was accurate at times. Just his composure. It looked like he's grown up. Just from the start of the season till now. Excited to see him grow next year and see what he's going to be able to bring with it. And then whoever these receivers are, I've been all year, man. That was so fun to watch all those explosive plays.
Matt, we played that highlight of Dasmond James' 94-yard touchdown there. How about Cross Johnson on that play? I know that you played with some guys that whether it was go routes, post routes, they were blocking downfield. I know that was a pretty big staple of the Bobby Petrino era, but you know all about guys that giving up that extra yard or giving that extra just fight so their teammate could score, and you saw it from Cross Johnson there on Dasmond's touchdown.
No, it was awesome. You saw what you saw is a group of players playing for one another. Ty, the whole evening at the Razorback, they had a smile on their face. They were playing with joy, and you could really see it, man. It was. I was texting a buddy, like, man, this is the type of game that as an offensive player, you want to be a part of it. I mean, you're having fun, you're getting explosive plays. Man, what a great way to end the season.
Colton, you can add in. Go and let Matt know what happened tonight. What record was broken?
So, Matt, on that big play, the Dasmond James had that 94-yard catch. He broke the record that you had with George Wilson for the longest passing play in Arkansas history. It broke many records that night. I know that you said that you were excited to see that. Matt, I got a question for you about these running backs, because I know that we had some concerns. You talked about it with Phil all week on halftime about, who is going to fill that void left by DeQuinton Jackson. And I think that by committee, Rodney Hill tonight did a really good job, ripped off a really big run early to get that momentum going. And then as well, in the passing game, Tyrell Reed proved to be a pretty good safety valve for Talon. He was wide open in the middle. So what do you think about those running backs tonight, as well as Braylon Russell, who added 50 yards on the ground and pound method with 20 carries?
Yeah, I was impressed with Hill, especially early in the game, and you break one. So sometimes you kind of want to get a good lather, but before you break one like that, and you don't want any type of pulled handies or anything. But man, I was impressed with him. Reed, man, that was it was like a clear out, having your all scenes, and you come around and just one of the great play call right there by Bucknell, putting players in positions to make plays. Russell. He looked a little. I'm not saying the kid's timid, but he wasn't hitting the hole. He was just kind of trying to feel it out. If you notice, Rodney Hill's hitting the hole, and Russell was kind of looking a little bit. And I like his style, what he's doing, but he just didn't seem to have it for whatever reason. But I'm not worried. I think Russell's the type of guy next year that could very easily have 1,000-yard rushing.
Yeah, Matt, you probably can attribute that to him not being practicing as much as the other guys.
Right.
But yeah, I saw the same thing you did. It seemed like he was a little timid and wasn't like, there was one play in particular where if he would have just kind of like used more of his body, he could have got the first down, but he kind of just fell down and they ended up having to punt. Talon Green, 11 of 21. I know at one point it was like, I heard the announcers say on the broadcast, not like through the first 9 plays Arkansas ran, it was like they had like over 260 something yards. It was just the chunk. It was the chunk plays tonight that really got the offense going.
No, it did. And then I thought on the other side, our defense kept us in it, especially early when we were able to hold them to a 3. And, then it's 21-3, and then we give up a safety, and then they score 21-12, then 24-19. It was just one of those type of games. And then I thought our defense, getting those turnovers in the second half and kind of put it away. Great. It really was a great team effort. And the running game is going to be a point for next year. And I even like Arkansas kid, C.J. Brown, number 17. I thought he got open a couple more times and maybe he didn't get the ball. And then Tesla doing his thing. It really was a joy to watch.
We're chatting with Matt Jones at Talk Reaction. We're live from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl thanks to Hyper Fiber and Big Cypress Lodge. Matt, you kind of alluded to Talon a little bit earlier. What is his ceiling? I mean, you've got a chance to watch him in 13 games this year. What could he be in his final season next year with Coach Petrino?
I really think he's a guy that can be a quarterback in the SEC. You see guys like a Brady in Missouri, a guy that can run and can throw. Being the type of leader he is, another year, and then you look throughout sports, and when you have an offensive coordinator, and then you have another year. This is the first time in Talon Green's career that he's had the same offensive coordinator back-to-back years. Shedeur Sanders has been running the same offense since the 7th grade. So but I think Talon Green, no question about it, could be a top 4 quarterback in the SEC.
Okay. Matt, as far as the defense goes, you were talking about continuity with Taylor and his offensive coordinator, Travis Williams, hoping to head into year 3. I think Arkansas fans are wanting it back. He's got Xavier Sori back. He's got Cam Ball back. Steven Dix. There's plenty of other guys, and they've got a few names out of the portal that I think will hopefully mold in this team. We've seen, I think, some highly productive games under T. Will in 2 years. What could you envision Arkansas's defense being this next year, getting some key figures back on this squad?
Yeah, if we make sure we shore up that defensive line, Landon Jackson's going to be a big hole we're going to have to fill.
Yep.
Sorry, Ty, he to me, he's only gotten better each year. I mean, he is a game record, bona fide star. I'm a bit. The more I watch number 10 on defense, the more I watch him play, the more I like him. I really think that dude's going to play on Sundays. His lateral. I mean, everything kind of goes through him. So you get D linemen, you get things where they can take a guy and you just let him go that place because he doesn't miss a lot of tackles, and that what they did. We did miss a couple of tackles tonight, but I think that's just kind of part of it when you haven't really been hitting. You got a lot of new players, a lot of people that are playing, but being able to get the turnovers and just the way these guys fought, I was impressed with them.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned, I know you've been on Xavier. I mean, I think you saw him that first game, man. You're like, this kid can play in the NFL, and we've seen it time and time again. I would argue outside of Talon, that might be your biggest comeback player for this next season, and Cam Ball definitely in that mix as well. Man, I wonder, and I'm forgetting, I know you played in the Cotton Bowl. I know you guys went to Shreveport. You might have to remind me. Oh, okay, and so, maybe compare what you saw tonight to what you participated in 20 years ago. Not necessarily the game, not necessarily the gameplay itself, but how do you feel about bowls? How did you feel as a team about then, and what did you feel about Arkansas getting another win here in Memphis tonight?
Man, that's a big 500. It's a chance. It's another chance to go and represent the state. It's another chance to go and represent that Razorback logo. There's a time when comes with all these players that you're not going to play anymore, and this is a lot of guys. Man, this was their last ever time they're going to play football tonight, and you could tell that it meant something to them. And a bowl game is a reward. A bowl game is you set out and you have your goals and you have the things that you're trying to reach throughout the season. If it's win all your home games, if it's win your non-conference games, if it's go 500 on the road, whatever your goals are. But to make a bowl game is something it's a reward and a goal, and that you could tell that they took it serious. And I think that's what you do. You go out there and have fun, play fast. And I really thought we played with a lot of confidence today. There was never really a question, Ty, that, we might lose this game. I thought they played extremely confident.
So, Matt, I'll let you go with this. What does post-bowl look like for a football team? You've experienced 4 off seasons of it. I know the fourth one you were getting ready for the NFL draft, but maybe you could give us kind of an inside look, a glimpse of, hey, you get back from the bowl. What do the guys do? What do the coaches do? And spring's going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, you got to get in there with that playbook and making sure that, like I said, it's the second year under a Bobby Petrino offense with Taylor Green. That'll be one of your goals. You're trying to figure out pieces. Were there any roles defined tonight? You're looking at number 83, go out there thinking, man, this dude could start for us next year. Looking at C.J. Brown, thinking, man, the dude can make some plays. Looking at our running backs. You'd hope to start kind of mixing these guys in the fold. I know last year, Oklahoma State game, Bobby Petrino said, we haven't had these guys a lot because we're still learning. And it's true. The nature of the beast, the turnover, you're going to still be learning these guys. But hopefully this second season as your offensive coordinator that you're able to put some things together and really tighten it up in spring ball.
Matt, I know it's late, so we'll let you go, man. I know you got plenty to unpack. Halftime starting at 11 a.m. Monday, and we got plenty to unpack, again, for the rest of the show. Better next hour or so as we're live from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a good rest of your weekend.
All right, man. Y'all guys be good.
Thanks, Matt.
Hi, that is number 9, former Arkansas quarterback Matt Jones, co-host of Halftime with Phil Helson. You can hear him if you're I think a lot of you are used to listening to us, but maybe you're jumping into Hog Reaction for the first time. Matt and Phil do a great midday show every single weekday from 11 to 2 right here on ESPN Arkansas at hitthatline.com and our Hit That Line Now app. We're going to take a short break. Again, we are live here in Memphis. If you want to jump in with us, I know Matt had plenty of thoughts. Maybe you have a thought, not just on the game, but the season overall, where you thought they'd be. Are they ahead of schedule? Are they behind schedule? What do you think about a 7-6 record following a 39-26 victory? We'll get into that next, live from Memphis, Tennessee, in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, presented by Hyper Fiber and Big Cypress Lodge.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
State sales tax paid now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only through New Year's Day. This will save you hundreds, likely even thousands, but only through New Year's Day. This deal does not apply to previously negotiated deals. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Weekend. The holidays are here, and Four Corks is your holiday celebration headquarters. Special times with a few or just for you makes Four Corks Wine, Beer, and Spirits your holiday party planning destination. Four Corks, 8000 Fort Smith. It's time to celebrate Arkansas. With Four Corks Wine, Beer, and Spirits, Four Corks is your final stop before the big game. Wine, beer, craft beer, bourbon, and even cigars. Your watch party destination is Four Corks, 8000 Street, Fort Smith.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Z Road, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Are you tired of the same old smelly gym? Then it's time to try something new. Let's hang out. The Hangout Fitness and Sports is the River Valley's only multi-sport family-friendly facility and boasts a 24-hour gym and indoor courts for tennis and pickleball. Over 8,000 square feet for the gym alone. It's never overcrowded. The Hangout has certified trainers on staff with group personal training available. If HIIT, bar, yoga, or Pilates is your thing, they have them too. Join today and get December free with a 3-month commitment. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Some say Taco Bell's new crispy chicken nuggets break all the nugget rules. We say yeah, that's the point. Because crispy tortilla chips make a better breading than bread. And all white meat chicken should be the norm, not that spongy stuff. And above all, nugget sauces should surprise you. Like our new Hidden Valley Fire Ranch sauce, which blends 2 iconic flavors, Taco Bell Fire Sauce and Hidden Valley Ranch. So don't be a nugget of Nelly. Give Taco Bell's new crispy chicken nuggets a try today. Participating stores for limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant completed the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina, 94 yards and a touchdown.
Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
Hey, back here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, courtesy of our friends at Big Cypress Lodge and Hyperfiber, 39-26, the final as the Arkansas Razorbacks conclude their season at 7-6. I was texting this guy during the game. Now we're going to talk to him after the game. Cecil has called in from Fort Smith. Cecil, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm really glad we won the game. I mean, and then I saw a few players, like my little homeboy, number 50, that's Bean's son. He told me he was going to start tonight. Branham, I mean. He started, and he's going to be really good. He's about 6'5", 330. And I was actually watching him, and he was blocking really well. And the wide receiver, James, seemed like he could have been playing all season for us. I didn't see him play any this year.
He played 6 or 7 games, Cecil, but it was special teams in terms of catches or anything.
Right, because and he got speed. He's fast.
Yeah.
So he looked good. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And Green did. That's the best game I've seen him play this year, even though he got sacked. And I'm hoping he get better because for next season. I'm sure he's going to get better. I mean, I don't dislike Green. It's just that
Cecil's not a Taylor apologist.
I just don't. Well, actually, I just don't.
He's our guy.
He holds the ball too long. He didn't do it. He didn't do it as much today, and he had a lot of. Matter of fact, he got the MVP. But I mean, in the end zone sack, then I'm like, oh, here we go. But then it didn't happen the rest of the game.
I don't know, guys, if y'all would have to let me know. Colton, Christian, Cecil, 3 C's here. Petrino ripped him. I mean, I was sitting right now on the Arkansas sideline.
Yeah, he got the snare, the big bulldog Bobby face. It was not. It was rough.
Guys, it wasn't just a snare.
He threw the ball away a couple times. Didn't try to force stuff too much.
Yeah, but that play drove him nuts. I mean, guys, for those that say like Petrino's gone soft and like doesn't do what he used to do, I don't know what game you're watching, or you're just not. Maybe it's not shown on television, because every time I'm watching Petrino after Taylor makes a mistake, he is eating him alive, which is what he used to do to Tyler, which is what he used to do to the late Ryan Mallon. I mean, that's what I don't understand where that came in. We're like, oh, Bobby's gone soft. I don't understand that at all.
No, me either. Cecil, real quick. I don't want to cut you off here, Cecil, but you talk about Taylor. Do you not think that he's improved just from the end of the Missouri game to this bowl game? Because I think that he looked a lot better navigating the pocket.
He's okay. Yeah, I'm accepting that, navigating the pocket. He's a good quarterback, but it's some things he got to learn not to do. I mean, to me, this is how I see it. And I watched him all season. And once he run a play, whatever play they run, he kind of get happy feet, and he'll go to that certain spot, and he will just keep going, and then he holds the. If this is okay, like Cecil to Ty, okay, but if Ty's not open, I'm going to Big C. Oh, I'm going to Tommy or something. I'm not just going to stick on you.
You're not going to throw
and
Cole.
You're not open.
Did Cole not make the roster? Did Cole not make the roster? You mentioned me and Christian. You didn't mention Colton.
I was a great route runner, Cecil. Come on, dude.
He was blocking.
Oh, okay. All right, Cole. Okay. Anyway, I mean, and so he didn't really do that. He's definitely done improve, and so he's improved. And then him coming from Boise to the SEC, it's gonna take a little time. And so I'm just hoping he get better, because I mean, hey man, I'm all for Arkansas. I am a hog. Diehard. I want to see us win. We 7-6. We went out on a good note. And I'm happy. I mean, it's basketball season. Let's make the Final Four. Let's go to the big dance and do the best we can. Let's try to get to the championship. That's what I want. It's all about the Hogs, man. We ain't got no protein.
San Antonio 2025. Appreciate it. Cecil, again, it's Hog Reaction 39-26, the final here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, brought to you by our friends at Hyperfiber. Fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. Lightning fast upload speeds and download speeds for everything. I mean everything on the internet. We had a chance earlier today to do the shows at Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday special starting at just $169 a month in Big Cypress Lodge. You've got on-demand shuttle service to downtown, interior rooms with balconies overlooking the Bass Pro Shops, underwater-themed bowling alley. It's an incredible place called the eighth wonder of the world. If you're in Memphis or you haven't been in a while, this is the place. You got to see Johnny Morris's masterpiece at Big Cypress Lodge. Back to the phones. Charlie is in Camden tonight. 39-26. Charlie, you want to talk about the game or you want to talk about the season overall?
Let's touch on the game. Look, I do want to touch on Taylor a little bit. You know, I look across the country and I look at every quarterback, and these quarterbacks are young. Matt always talks about this, and people say, well, yeah, he's kind of a little bit older now, but when you're in your early 20s as a quarterback, you're still not where you're going to be. And I think Phil talked about this on the show on halftime, but I think Bobby looked at Taylor for this year and more as a true, he's got all this God-given talent, but he's a project, and we got to work with him. And
you got to remember, guys, Bobby was his first offer out of high school, Charlie. We also have to remember this. Taylor gets compared to three quarterbacks. The one we just had on, Matt Jones, 6'6", 6'7" of him. He gets compared to Tyler, and he gets compared to Ryan. Tyler had 2 years to wait in the system. Ryan had one. Taylor didn't have a single one. I cannot hammer that enough when it comes to expectations for this kid. And just to be frank, he didn't have as good of players around him this year as those guys did.
Not
they
even
would
close.
Tell you that. And
yeah.
You're judging him based on, again, a less talented roster, and he hadn't been in the system as long. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as three of the best Arkansas quarterbacks ever that I just listed out, but I just sometimes I think we slide him, and he's just in an unfair spot compared to the guys he gets often compared to because Petrino coached him and his size and stature, Charlie.
Absolutely, and you just pointed it out too. I mean, sometimes I think the holding onto the ball. You're getting used to a system. Maybe you don't know if that receiver is going to break off when you think he's going to break off. And when you don't trust everything that you have up front, which I'll be honest with you guys, at times this year, I wouldn't have trusted it either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have trusted it either at times. And then when the snaps left, right, up, down, and then you just don't feel comfortable at times.
Edmondson did a good job tonight. That I need to mention that. And Pittman mentioned that in the post game. Most of you don't know who that is. Brooks Edmondson is the backup center that came in tonight and filled in admirably for the departed Addison Nichols. Did anyone else see a snafu tonight? Because I don't remember one.
I didn't see any issues with the snap tie. Both of the interior linemen that came in that hadn't played a lot all season, him and Branham, they both did great tonight.
The only time that people start talking about the snap is when it's bad, or they start talking about the center is when it's bad. And Charlie didn't have that tonight.
Absolutely, and that was one guy I called in today I wanted to see on the halftime show. I wanted to see how he played because I didn't know how it was going to go. That's the first thing I was worried about was the snaps. No issues whatsoever. It didn't look like he was struggling, picking up blitzes and who he needed to get in, all those things. So I thought you saw a lot of guys step up and play well, and all these extra practices helped. Let's just hope we can keep this, the rest of the guys that we can keep and hit in this portal. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Hey, Charlie, appreciate the call. Let's get some new blood in here. Listen, I love my regulars. I love Charlie. I love Cecil. I love Brent. And they've been calling radio since the dawn of time. But I know there's someone listening tonight that's never called into Hog Reaction. You've never called into ESPN Arkansas. You've never called into hitthatline.com. But you've got a statement. You've got a question. You've got something that's on your mind. Call us or text us, 877-377-6963. I love our text line, but sometimes it's just not as fun as our call line. Christian, you were speaking of the text line. We've got a thread between me, you, and Colton. You sent the graphic of Tesla performing the Amaron St. Brown earlier. For those that missed it, Isaac, who ended up not scoring on that play because he stepped out of bounds right before, really just did the exact same thing that the Detroit wide receiver does after touchdowns, a headless headstand, which I've never seen in the college game, but Isaac did it tonight.
It's just funny how like straight he was. Like, I don't.
ESPN cut away from it, but you could just see his body go inverted real quick in a half second, and it was absolutely hilarious. Talk about a feat of core strength to do that, and he obviously showed some core strength tonight with one of his best games in his last time in a Razorback uniform. Man, I wish we could have gotten the ball to him a lot more this season.
I gotta, I don't know if I'm exposing Isaac, but I gotta mention this. So I was in Fayetteville for Halloween, and I'm forgetting which game it was. I think it was after the LSU game. It's kind of around that weekend. Halloween was either after the weekend before, whatever it was. It was during the week, and he walks into Yeehawk dressed up as Jackie Moon from Semi-Pro, and I was crying laughing.
He already has the hair, pretty much.
Yes, no, it was perfect. I walked in, and I was just like, you could not have picked out a better outfit for yourself. So I thought that was funny. All right, we're gonna take a short break here. One more segment live from the Liberty Bowl. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Christian and Colton are going to close it out after I get done. So, if you, again, new blood, 877-377-6963. Call us. Don't text us. More Hog Reaction coming up next.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. It's also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekdays start at $169 a night.
Get the balls with faster Wi-Fi. It's your slow connection. Bye.
Tis the season for Hyperfiber. 1 gig internet starting at $40 a month for the first 2 months.
Switch today to Hyperfiber. Make the season that much brighter.
Order by December 31st and get a $100 gift card. Visit hyperfiber.com/packages. Some restrictions will apply.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Hog Reaction.
The holiday season can be stressful. Luckily, Dave and the crew at Eastside Liquor has everything you need for this time of year. Crowded homes, annoying relatives call for peppermint schnapps, or maybe you're just a typical brown water guy. It really doesn't matter, because Eastside Liquor can take care of everything you need. 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith with a convenient drive-thru, and you can call them 479-452-7311. Eastside Liquor, everyday low prices on beer, wine, spirits, and cigars.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
Happy New Year from Harry Robinson, Saldasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Saldasol. 15% off all remaining 2024 Fords and the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in Saldasol Ford history. Troy, you've got over 200 on the lot, and we're going to give one of these away on December 31st.
Yes, it's the year-end sales event. Ford's really pushing to get rid of a lot of this inventory. And, our loss is your gain, really. 15% off of all remaining 24 Fords that we have on the lot. And the good news is we actually actually have a selection, car, truck, van, SUV, just come down here and see us. We've got the selection. We've got the most inventory that we've had on the lot since opening day. So come down here and see us and go on a test drive. Get your name entered to win this four-wheel drive SUV.
Costs nothing to enter. Just as Troy said, take the test drive and be here on the 31st when we give it away. 15% off all remaining 2024 Fords that are in stock. So don't miss the sale. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Hey, is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Todd Richardson here at Wheeler Power Sports as we gear up for Christmas. Simon, you're the guy to come see.
We have new inventory in stock such as the Kawasaki Mule 4010, Kawasaki KX 450 SR, KO S70, Polaris Ranger Crew XP 1000 North Star and Camo, and the Polaris Sportsman 570 Hunting Edition. Give us a call or text us at 479-783-5822.
901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, Wheeler Power Sports. Keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do, our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Takes for 3. It's on the way. Yes! Yes!
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant completed the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina. 94 yards and a touchdown.
Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekdays start at $169 a night.
Hey, back here on Hog Reaction live at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, 39-26, the final tonight. Let's go back to the phone lines where Haystack, I think I might know who this is. Haystack is called in. Haystack, you're on Hog Reaction, man. What you got?
Man, I may not be fresh blood to radio, but when you ask for when you asked a fresh blood for the Hog Reaction show, I don't think I've called in, and so I thought, well, if he's going to beg for callers, I'm going to be there for Ty.
Oh, whoa.
And I'll admit, you were begging. You were down on your hands and knees. But I'll admit that I haven't been listening because I was at Whiskey 101. I just left, so I don't know what the general reaction has been. But I just hope that we're maintaining some perspective here. I hope that we're remembering we were up against a team that gives up 35 points a game on average, a team without both their coordinators, a team without their QB1. So it's nice to get a field goal win, but let's not get too up in our feelings, okay?
Man, that whiskey, that's some truth serum right there, isn't it, Stack?
You better believe it.
Oh, man. So
that's all I've got. That's all I've got.
Well, yeah, that's about as eloquent as we put. Guys, Colton, Christian, a little context. Stack and I used to work in radio together. He is a mentor of sorts and always does a great job. Well, Stack, get home safe tonight, man. I agree 100%. You have to take this win into consideration based on the elements that you kind of just presented. I think that's a fair take tonight.
There you go.
All right.
Needle in a haystack.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, buddy. One of the best. Haystack. Yeah, no, I think, okay, so I don't know if I want to put on the pessimistic glasses, but to Stack's point, no coordinators, no quarterback with the injury, wide receiver. I mean, yeah, there's some elements of this Texas Tech squad. Now, if you want to pull the other side, then you say, well, Arkansas lost several guys to the portal. You could argue your 2 best players didn't play, and Andrew Armstrong and Landon Jackson on both sides of the football. Now, him and Xavier Sorey are kind of, I mean, they're up there. I know Landon's going off to the NFL, but, man, Xavier's been a dog for you this year. So that would be what I would present on the other side when it comes to that argument. Stack Mason, I think that's a fair point, but I don't want to put too much stock into the win. Tommy's been saying it all week, and he's right. But it is nice. Like you have a different perception about how this season went, and then how this season is going to head into next year, depending on what happened tonight. And again, Arkansas came out on the high side, 39-26.
I think that if we're going to look at the pessimistic view, we're going to look at it from things that we can control. We can't control what happens to the Texas Tech program, and that's pretty inconsequential. We went out there and handled business tonight. And if we were going to look at some negative things, I would say that the reason we've taken so many offensive linemen, it's still an obvious need for us. Talon still had to run for his life multiple times, and all those guys that we've gotten in, a lot of those are offensive tackles. So even though Carmona's going to be a holdover as well as Marion Harris, those two guys' job are not secure. I think they did a good job tonight at times, but they also got exposed as well. So if we're going to nitpick about things from a negative point of view, let's look at the team's performance tonight and see if we can see what needs to be shored up, as opposed to talking about how bad Texas Tech or what shape of a program they might be in.
Couple texts to get to. Derek in Fayetteville said it was great seeing the young guys play well. They were having fun. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys caught it on television. I don't know if they played it, and he corrected it after the fact. But and I'm forgetting the guy that they introduced that gave Talon his MVP trophy, but he called him Talon initially.
Oh my gosh!
Is
there? Can we believe Drinkowitz then, or
that's where my mind. Big C. That's where do we believe Drink now?
He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
He didn't intentionally do it. And again, he figured out and he changed it. But
maybe he was thinking about Drinkowitz mispronouncing it, and then he accidentally said
the Liberty Bowl has secret Mizzou operatives, is what it is, Christian. Yeah.
Speaking of Mizzou, we got a text out of 816 saying Mizzou still kicks Arkansas's ass. So I don't know if that's a Missouri fan or what, but that was funny. Hacker and Harrison points out that Talon Green was the best player on the field tonight, and it wasn't close. Tanner Tupelo says he's excited for Dasmond James, and he hopes he doesn't hit the portal. My Ole Miss buddy sent me a meme of it was like a guy dropping money, and it said Lane Kiffin to Dasmond James. I was like, goodness gracious, that's
stay away.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But it was again, that's the guy that everyone's talking about after what happened tonight, because
and I don't think he's going to be like the number one target next year or anything. I could be wrong, but he's a good second or third option to have out there for sure.
And it's just a confidence thing. I mean, think about it. If you were the star, I mean, he's a Clayton, North Carolina kid, so he's far from home. And if you're used to, and I don't know who he played with in high school, but if you're used to being either the alpha or one of the alphas on your team, and you go from just playing special teams, it's a little bit of a culture shock. So I bet just for his psyche and everything, that's something that had to be awesome for him. And again, if you missed it tonight, here's Chuck's call from the 94-yard touchdown for Dasmond James.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant complete at the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina, 94 yards and a touchdown.
That was something. And I mean, Tyrell Reed had that long play as well. That was 47 yards, too.
They're going to throw this thing again. Green down the middle, wide open. Reed to the 30, 20, 10, outside at the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Tyrell Reed, 47 yards out of the backfield from his quarterback. Second touchdown of the season for Tyrell Reed.
Pretty cool moment for both those guys tonight at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl here in Memphis, Tennessee. All right, we're going to take another break. Big C, Colton are going to lead you the next 30 minutes here on Hog Reaction. Again, you can call or text them at 877-377-6963. We really appreciate, again, Hyper Fiber. Fastest deal of the year online at hyperfiber.com, and Big Cypress Lodge for being our presenting sponsors of the Liberty Bowl here all week long. More Hog Reaction coming up next here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. Also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
Weekday stays starting at $169 a night at Big Cypress Lodge inside the Memphis Pyramid. Take advantage of discounted stays from January 2nd to March 6th. Enjoy on-demand shuttle service, complimentary tickets to the Sky High Ride, plus rooms overlooking Bass Pro Shops and the Cypress Swamp. Book your stay today for weekday stays, January 2nd to March 6th, starting at $169 a night at Big Cypress Lodge inside the Memphis Pyramid. Based on availability, not valid on current reservations. Prices do not include tax and resort fee.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Hog Reaction.
Win a four-wheel drive SUV from Harry Robinson. Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. It's the test drive giveaway just in time for the new year. Troy, you're giving away a vehicle again here at the holidays.
Tommy, I was a little upset because I talked to Harry and he told me I couldn't enter for this test drive giveaway. So come down here, Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, go on a test drive. Your name gets entered for the giveaway. Be here on December 31st. I couldn't find a better way to go into 2025 than winning a four-wheel drive SUV. And it's going to happen here at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, and it could be you.
Perfect time to come over because you've got the selection with 200 vehicles in stock and 15% off all remaining 2024 Fords that are on the ground.
Yes, sir. 15% off of all remaining 24 Fords that we have on the lot. We have the selection. Get down here. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford. You're going to get the most bang for your buck. Let us go to work for you. Let us save you some money, and let's make it happen.
1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Over the river and through the woods, to Salisaw we go. Mock Legal Solutions is opening a second location to serve our Eastern Oklahoma clients. 105 East Chickasaw. For divorce and custody, let us give you the Christmas gift of a new start. And for personal injury, we will get you a settlement check when Grandma gets run over by that reindeer. 918-238-2363. Or check out our website at mocklegalsolutions.com. Free intakes and payment plans available. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
The big after Christmas sale is underway at Jelco Outdoors. Check out the huge savings under the porch and throughout the store. Save 50% off select work, hunting, and casual clothing by Ariat, Wrangler, Scentlock, Drake, Browning, Pursuit Gear, and more. Hurry in while the selection is at its best. Don't miss the big Jelco Outdoors 50% off after Christmas sale. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Open New Year's Day, 10 till 5.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant completed the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina. 94 yards and a touchdown.
Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekdays start at $169 a night.
Arkansas defeats Texas Tech in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl 39-26. It's Colton and Big C right now, the last 30 minutes taking you through the end of this Hog Reaction. Ty is probably going to have a lot of fun tonight in Memphis, and I can't blame him, man. It's always fun after a win, and we've kind of broke down the game, what went right, and stuff like that, and to kind of hone in on something in particular, Colton, the special teams tonight, 3 for 3 in field goals. I don't know, necessarily who's going to be. I'm assuming Bell will be the guy next year, and he made a good case to be the field goal kicker next year.
Yeah, for a position that has been shaky all season for Razorback fans, I know that there just seemed to be early on in the season. Kyle Ramsey had missed
Shipley
a few,
is what I meant to say.
Yeah, Matthew Shipley, the kicker that made the 3 tonight, has been kicking for the majority of the season. Came in to replace Kyle Ramsey, who was shaky to start the year, and then was battling through an injury. But like you said tonight, Christian, he was 3 for 3. I don't think I had any. And honestly, when he was kicking, I didn't feel like I had any lack of confidence in him, and that's a big thing, obviously, for a kicker. A lot of that is just the 6 inches between your ears. You think that maybe that would probably lock up his job for next year, but Scott Fountain is a great recruiter, and he's got Scott Starkey, I think, one of the nation's #1 kickers, coming in. I think it's next year. It might be the year afterwards. So Shipley's going to have some competition coming in soon, but he did a great job tonight. And then also Devin Bale, he had 3 punts at 50 yards tonight, flipped the field multiple times. He is a big hype man on the sidelines for that Razorback football team. And when special teams can be special and, be, a really big facet of the game for you and they don't become a detriment, it obviously just makes the game go by a lot smoother. That and doing something they had not done all year, which has cost them many a games, getting ahead in the turnover battle, Christian. Those 2 interceptions in the second half were key to keeping a storming Texas Tech team that was stumbled out of the gate but found a little momentum, kind of trying to get all their players together, the same as Arkansas, where with all these new faces in bowl weeks in college football, they were kind of coming out of the gate slow, but they eventually got things clicking in the second half. And like I said, those 2 interceptions there in the third quarter by Miguel Mitchell and I think it was Robinson, they kind of slammed the door shut in Texas Tech's face right there.
Yeah, and Arkansas has had a lot of success in that stadium in particular, and as we both know, we're going to be playing Memphis next year in that same stadium. Hopefully, it's the same result, but I know Memphis will be up for that game, and it will be a pretty highly competitive game if I had to guess. Looking at it from I know we're a ways away, but just kind of looking ahead, it's good that that team stepped on that field and has played a game. I know that's seems inconsequential right now, but I think that actually will help them, because you look at next year's schedule and you've got a tough non-conference slate. We know the SEC schedule is going to be a tough road, but you got Notre Dame, Memphis, Arkansas State in there.
Arkansas State won their bowl game last night and didn't look that bad doing it too, so they won't just be a pushover at War Memorial. They have a lot playing for it. They have a lot to play for, Christian. You're right.
Yeah, and something else we were kind of mentioning during the break, some of these teams that played today as well in these bowl games. You had Navy getting a win over Oklahoma 21-20, which I know we've got some Oklahoma fans in the area and probably aren't feeling too great after a loss to a good Navy team. There's really nothing to feel ashamed about there, but being in the SEC, whenever you're in the SEC and you lose a bowl game to a non-SEC team, obviously you're gonna draw some eyes. And Oklahoma had some ups and downs this year in a 6-7 season, and probably ready to put this first season in the SEC to bed, and I do expect, I don't know how much longer Venables will be the guy, but I do expect a program like Oklahoma to kind of figure it out and kind of be towards the middle to the top of the SEC here within the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, you mentioned it. They suffered a really tough loss today to that Navy team, and honestly, the midshipmen really took them to port. It was not a great showing for Oklahoma. They definitely struggled, like you said, Big C. And I think that, like you said, moving forward in the SEC, they've had 2 back-to-back years, I think, with losing seasons now, or definitely rough seasons. There's still some positives to look forward to. They had a good defensive showing, knocked off an Alabama team that everybody still considers to be the cream of the crop for most college football programs, and still the model in college football today with how they recruit and their type of players. So there's still some positives there for any Sooner fans that might be listening, or anybody that knows a Sooners fan that might be, close to any, high ledges nearby. But I think that if you're an Oklahoma fan, you can probably, you definitely want to just look forward to a good basketball team that you have, for Oklahoma this year. So that's probably what they're thinking about. But, man, for this Razorback football team, Big C, I mean, moving forward now, I know that Haystack called in earlier, and he said that I think it's good to keep perspective, and it is. Texas Tech was missing a lot, and, so were you. But at the same time, it is always good to get a bowl win. Sam Pittman moves to 3-0 in bowls, which is great for him. It's good for a man that's been a really good addition to this program since he came in and weathered the storm through what was an awful era in Chad Morris. And I know that while sometimes it's not always the most eloquent way, I'll take a 7-6 season. And next year, I think that you have to improve on this record, Christian. There's almost no way that you can be in the Liberty Bowl again next year with your quarterback back. I know that you're replacing a lot, but you still have a lot. I think you have to be better than 6-6 next year, even with tough record or a tough schedule.
Yeah, Colton, you're exactly right. I mean, the Liberty Bowl is not something you say at the beginning of the season. That's where we want to end up. But I'm not going to pretend like that the game tonight just was totally meaningless. It had a lot of, implications on just going into the offseason with a kind of a positive note. I mean, if you were to lose a game, your last game of the season, it kind of leaves a better taste in your mouth, and it may motivate you and the players and all that, but the fans at least get another win and get to kind of stew on that for a while. It seems like the football season always kind of drags on like the next football season. It's going to be a while till we see the Razorbacks play again. So good to end it on a high note. 7-6, not bad. Next year, I hope it ends a little differently. I hope we can get a couple of those wins we kind of left on the table this year to fall our way.
Yeah, I think you're right, Big C. I think that you also kind of alluded to that, if you're going to draw some positives and you want to find out, who it actually means something to, it's these players, and it's their chemistry and their team building ability going into next season. This is your quarterback, Taylon Green, on the chemistry that he might have found tonight with Dasmond James and Tyrell Reed.
I would just, thank the coaches, in practice. We do like routes on the air. I throw to everybody, not just the, starters, but, the second string, the third string. And like I said, when I got my award, I had full confidence in going to the game. I didn't, disbelief on anything. And the rest is history with Daz. Had that long touchdown. We've been talking about that since the spring. So I'm excited that he made the most of his opportunity.
And I know, we kind of said during the season that, Taylon only throws to Armstrong, which can you blame the guy? I mean, the guy is a great talent, had a great season this year, a history book type season. But if you're a good quarterback, you can throw to anybody. And Taylon, to me, showed that, as long as he's confident and throwing the ball well, it doesn't really matter who you're throwing it to. He trusts the guys, and really he should. All of these guys they're D1 athletes. They should make the play, and they did. They did for the most part tonight.
I think you're right, Big C. 877-377-6963 to jump in with me and Christian Johnston here on Hog Reaction. Just got a little bit left tonight before we wrap it up. Big C, there's nothing going on for Razorback basketball or anything this weekend, but next Monday, one more tune-up with Oakland. We'll talk about that here in just a minute on Hog Reaction, sponsored by Hyper Fiber and Big Cypress Lodge in Memphis, Tennessee. Arkansas beats Texas Tech tonight 39-26 in the Liberty Bowl. Me and Christian Johnson back here on Hog Reaction right after this.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com. Also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekday stays start at $169 a night.
Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Saddlesall. This is the weekend to get by and see us at Harry Robinson. Get your name entered in the test drive giveaway. Troy, Harry's giving away another vehicle in time for New Year's.
Yes, I know, and I'm excited about it. You know, last time we did this, there was a huge turnout. Tons and tons of people. I mean, we sold a bunch of cars. We gave some stuff away on top of a free car. So come out here and see us. If you're looking for a steal of a deal on a new Ford, this is where you're going to find it. Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, where all remaining 24 Fords are going to be 15% off of MSRP. Nobody else is doing this. Let us save you some money.
Have you ever had more vehicles than you have now in stock?
No, this is the most inventory. Me and you've been here since opening day, Tommy. We've been doing this a long time, and this is the most inventory that we've ever had at this single location. So we have the selection, we have the inventory. Come down here and see us at Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford.
The test drive giveaway, Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall.
This is Hog Reaction.
State sales tax paid now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only through New Year's Day. This will save you hundreds, likely even thousands, but only through New Year's Day. This deal does not apply to previously negotiated deals. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot, now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Hey, Todd Richardson for Jam Mart. Brad Tyson and their entire team are so thankful this time of year during the holidays. We appreciate all of our customers that enjoy the beverage bar at Boonville, the hot food at Phoenix, and the deli at Jam Mart number 10. We know you're loving the updated pumps at our gas stations, and we're continuing to strive to find new creative ways to improve every single day. If you love Jam Mart, please leave us a 5-star review on Google. Happy holidays from your friends at Jam Mart.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street at Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.
From his own 5, he looks to throw out of the gun. Slant completed the 15, out to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. There's the block. There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Dasmond James, the freshman from Clayton, North Carolina. 94 yards and a touchdown.
Hog Reaction is also brought to you by Big Cypress Lodge. Winter weekdays start at $169 a night.
Give me liberty, or maybe even though it just kind of felt like death. Arkansas knocks off Texas Tech 39-26 in the Liberty Bowl. They moved to 3-4 all time in the Liberty Bowl. Or maybe 3-3. But they moved to 3-3 in the Liberty Bowl all time, it says here. And they win against Texas Tech tonight, 39-26. They put I guess it's a small-sized bow on a 7-6 season for the Razorbacks tonight. And Christian, man, I think that if you're a Razorback fan, you're really just looking forward to basketball season at this point. It was really good to see Talon and company and Bobby Petrino work on all cylinders at times tonight. Good to see the defense rise to the occasion at times like they have all season. Sam Pittman tonight, it was kind of rough seeing him on the sidelines in obvious pain, and we're definitely hoping that as the offseason goes on, he recovers and is back out there next season ready to take the boys to a better record.
Yeah, good to see this season end with a win. As we've mentioned, 39-26, the final time we're going to be talking about the Razorbacks, at least talking about a game performance. 7-6. A lot of people at the beginning of the season kind of predicted 5 wins is kind of what the popular pick seemed to be.
I said 4 on this radio station.
Yeah.
I said 4 wins.
And they exceeded the expectation. I know that's not what fans really want to hear. They just want Arkansas to win every game. And I understand that viewpoint, but all you can do is get better heading into next year. And I think Sam Pittman and staff are going to get some – they've already got some good guys in here. And I know going into this game tonight, I was kind of worried, like, what this team would look like. I mean, I had an idea, okay, we've got certain guys playing in this game. We'll probably be all right. But I just was like, man, with all these people leaving, and I just didn't know if it would be one of those games where Arkansas kind of looked like a shell of a team out there. And there's really nothing we could take from this game, but that's quite the opposite happened. We saw some guys emerge. Dasmond James, as you just heard, that 94-yard touchdown was one of the best plays of the season for Arkansas. And it was fun how they got off to that hot start. Something that Arkansas really, I guess you kind of started off hot against Oklahoma State, Mississippi State. But other than that, I mean, not many hot starts like that. I know they cooled off a little bit, but they were able to also win a game, that when it seemed like it was kind of the momentum was shifting. It got kind of close there, and then they pulled it out. It never really felt close, as the score indicated, but Arkansas found a way to win, and they were the better team tonight.
You're right. And talking about that fast start, this is what your quarterback, Talon Green, had to say about that fast start tonight.
Just the preparation that we put in the last 2 weeks, and just the level of focus that we do in practice. And, we got stuff to clean up, but I was proud of, how we started fast and how we finished.
Some big plays on defense. I'll talk about them, and you'll kind of talk about the offense tonight. Colton, we had a couple interceptions in key moments. One by Robinson, I know was a big time interception. But one of them happened down there in the goal line. When Texas Tech was kind of driving, it was like a 2-score game at that point, and after that, it kind of just felt like, okay, you can kind of take a breath a little bit. Arkansas's going to cruise to a win, and there was another interception, I believe, by Mitchell. which was I watched that play, and Cam Ball can get credit for that because he hit the quarterback almost as he was throwing it, and may have had something to do with where that ball ended up. But those two turnovers are really stood out. The safety by, I believe, was it Junkaj? Yeah.
Two safeties tonight. That was wacky. That was weird.
Yeah, we had a safety as well. And that, if I had to say one negative thing tonight, I know I'd be nitpicking. It's just it seems like taking those sacks in the worst times. It was 21-3 when it happened, and it didn't really affect the outcome that much. It kind of flipped the momentum a little bit. But something I want to see next year is the offensive line obviously improving quite a bit more and giving Talon some time back there in the pocket, and also Talon not staying back there too long at times. It seems like he's either leaving the pocket too soon or staying back there too long and just, waiting, taking forever to make a throw. But tonight, he didn't do that often. He was making some good reads and stepping up in the pocket, and he had guys pretty much running wide open all night for the most part.
Sure did. And I think that if you're a Razorback fan, you can just look through this with Razorback colored glasses. If you want to take it as a big positive moving forward, you can. If you want to just say, so what, so hum, that's your prerogative. But the Razorbacks tonight, they knock off Texas Tech 39-26 in the Liberty Bowl. Taylor Green finishes 11 of 21 for 341 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns to go with it. That's a 52% completion percentage. Through the air, C.J. Brown had 4 receptions for 50 yards. Dasmond James, and some of his first action as a Razorback stood out tonight with 137 yards and a touchdown, including a long 94-yard score for now the longest Arkansas passing play in Razorback history. Isaac Tesla in his final game as a Razorback had 3 catches for 107 yards, and Tyrell Reed also hauled in a big 47-yard touchdown. On the ground, Talon added 81 yards. Rodney Hill added 81 as well. Big Braylon Russell, Willie Woney, and he'll add 50 yards on the ground through 20 carries, big carries tonight for Braylon Russell. And Arkansas, man, they just came through tonight when it mattered most for all Razorback fans. For Christian Johnson, for Colton Little, this has been Hog Reaction, brought to you by Hyperfiber and Big Cypress Lodge. Y'all have a good one, guys.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Hog Reaction is brought to you by Hyperfiber. Get the fastest deal of the year. Visit hyperfiber.com.